Thanks to social media, fitness has never been more popular. Everyone's For You page is filled with shirtless men and women showing the world how much hotter they are than you. And every gym is full of tripod-wielding would-be influencers showing off their pump to their 237 followers on Instagram. And I think it's great. In fact, considering that close to half the world's population is overweight, I don't think fitness is popular enough. And I do want to emphasize that. You do need to exercise. We live in a world where it's easier than ever to just sit on your fat ass all day, completely immobilized by OnlyFans girls and Italian brain rot memes. Kids these days don't do manual labor like they used to. And it shows. I'm telling you. They don't have goon caves in Victorian London. With that being said, I do believe there is an unfortunately harmful side to fitness culture that is worth talking about, especially when it comes to young men. Sorry ladies, this one's about the boys. It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, okay? I definitely planned that. It's not that I didn't just realize that yesterday while finishing off the script that this video coincides with Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. That was done on purpose. And let's be real, body image issues for women long predate social media, so you guys should be used to it by now. But the problem isn't actually the gym, right? Lifting weights isn't going to negatively affect your mental health. In fact, pretty much all available evidence suggests that it's almost definitely going to improve your mental health. Anecdotally, I know that whenever I get my lazy ass to work out, I go, you know what? Maybe I won't kill myself today. So what's the point of this video? Well, something you see a lot, or you might have even experienced yourself. I've seen it with people I know, I see it on social media, and to some extent I've even experienced it myself, is guys who are in objectively good shape, especially compared to where they started off, but they hate the way they look. But why is that? Well, as we all know at this point, the problem is social media and influencers. In fact, just the term influencer should be banned. Anyone that unironically calls himself an influencer should be sent to a Chinese re-education camp to have their organs harvested. And the problem is that social media has made so many young men tie their self-worth to how big their muscles are compared to competing bodybuilders and people who make fitness content for a living. Odds are, you aren't either of those things. Bodybuilding is a sport. A very boring sport, but a sport nonetheless. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, it's impressive, but realistically, you're just watching a bunch of oiled up men stand around on the stage for a while. But for most people, bodybuilding is just a hobby. And for a lot of people, working out wouldn't even really qualify as a hobby. It's just something you do because it's good for you. It's really not that deep. And that's why it's so stupid how high some people's standards are for their bodies. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't have standards for your body at all. In fact, some people's standards clearly aren't high enough. But why are you comparing yourself to people in the top 0.1% of the population? That's just straight up unreasonable. I mean, what, like, should you hate yourself because you can't run a 4-minute mile? Only 6 minutes? Guess I'll go commit Japanese ritual suicide. I mean, what, do you compare your driving skill to that of a Formula 1 driver? Of course not. Although, to be fair, I do often compare myself to Lance Stroll. If he can make it to Formula 1 with an extra chromosome,
Down syndrome,
then I truly can do anything. You know, if my dad was a billionaire, of course. And if you want to see how bad physique inflation has gotten, just take a look at the comments on this post of a guy showing off what he looks like after 15 years of natural training. Now, this guy is in fantastic shape. Even just standing like this in normal lighting, no pump, not flexing. And if you've ever taken gym progress pictures, you know how much of a difference that makes. But even without all that, I mean, this guy looks big, he looks strong. You know, he could maybe be a bit leaner, but I mean, you can see his abs, so how lean do you really have to be? It's safe to say this guy has a better body than the vast majority of men will ever have. But the comments aren't impressed.
After 15 years, you look kinda mid-TBH.
Cap, that's not a consistent 15 years, lol.
Great shape, but definitely not 15 years of consistency. Sounds like me part-time gym lad.
He wasn't going hard enough, guaranteed.
Wasn't going hard enough? What exactly wasn't he going hard enough for? Like, what, being Mr. Olympia? Yeah, I guess so. I think that comment really encapsulates the effect modern fitness culture has had on people's perception of working out. It's like this idea that you can never be good enough, you can never go hard enough. And that isn't just something you tell yourself, like that's something you genuinely start to believe. Like, no, I am not good enough, I suck. But then you look at the type of people that affects, and they're oftentimes in fantastic shape.
I just found out I have crippling body dysmorphia. I took this photo the other day at the gym, and I was looking back at it right after I took it and thinking, damn, I look small. I look terrible. And then for a brief second, I looked at this dude in the background and I was like, damn, that guy looks huge. I wish I looked like him. If you're just a little slow like me, that's my reflection.
Now, I want to stress, I think working out so you can be bigger, look better, be stronger is a good thing. That's great. I'm not trying to make you take the body positivity pill, you know? But what I don't want is for people who work on themselves and improve themselves to still feel like they suck because they get bombarded 24/7 with fake natty influencers in perfect lighting trying to sell their shitty coaching program. And the thing is, even some of the positive comments on that post have clearly had their perception of reality warped by physique inflation.
And so much more attractive than those that try to get huge.
Those that try to get huge? Lady, are we looking at the same guy here? I mean, like, I guess if your standard for someone looking huge is Ronnie Coleman, then yeah, I suppose this guy's small. This is like when women say they want a guy with a dad bod, but what they mean is this.
Nothing wrong with his physique. Better than 80% of the population and natural.
Better than 80% of the population? Has this guy, like, never gone outside or something? Either he doesn't know how percentages work, or he spends literally all day scrolling through gym content on TikTok and has no idea what the average person actually looks like. Of course, nowadays a lot of guys aren't just working out because it's healthy or even because they want attention from women. They're doing it because they want to become the fitness influencer. You know, they want that Young LA affiliate code, you know, they want that link in bio for some shitty pre-workout or natural test booster or whatever. Now this comes with a whole host of problems, one of the main ones being that when you're trying to make it as a bodybuilder on Instagram or TikTok, you know, you don't have years to spend building an outstanding physique through hard work and patience. You need those Instagram followers now, and you can always help that along a little bit by making yourself a little trend bologna sandwich. I mean, what's one cycle gonna do, you know? It's just, you only live once, right? You know, what's shaving a few years off your lifespan? You've been working out for 9 months already. You know this is not just a phase you're going through. You're gonna dedicate the rest of your life to this. So why not? Why not just do it? Just do steroids. Now, I'm not going to go on about the dangers of steroids too much here. That's pretty well known at this point. And one of the earliest videos on my channel was about fake natties, and I talk about it more there, so you can go watch that if you want. But the fact that guys who aren't competing bodybuilders are out here taking steroids is really crazy. Like, it cannot be worth it, man. Like, you're taking years off your life for like no reason, really. You know, I'm telling you, the reason you don't have a girlfriend isn't because your muscles are too small. It's your crippling social anxiety. Now, because everyone and their mom wants to be a fitness influencer, you do see guys who, let's be honest, don't really have the physique for it, but they don't really seem to notice that. It's like a kind of reverse body dysmorphia, and then they obviously get bullied for it in the comments. Now, I'm not saying you should bully people. But if you're gonna post your gym progress, you have got to be self-aware. Like, come on, bro, that sleeper build is clearly still under construction. I know the whole point of this video is to say that you shouldn't compare yourself to the unrealistic body standards set forward by social media, but at the same time, you can't go posting with the cockiness and confidence of someone who is 200 pounds and ripped when you weigh 155 pounds. That's just how it is, you know? Social media is all about like showing yourself off and being like, yo, look how sick I am compared to everyone else. Which is why guys feel the need to post these kinds of videos. But like at the same time, if you're gonna be putting content out on the internet, you have to be self-aware. Now, what happens when you have this idea in your head that it's not good enough to just work out and improve yourself, but you need to make content about it and you need to post it on the internet, but then people in the comments bully you for being too small? Well, as I said, that's when you start getting tempted to put a needle in your ass. So in conclusion, What is my conclusion? If you're not working out, you should let fitness influencers make you feel bad enough about yourself to where you start working out. But then once you start working out and improving yourself, you gotta avoid gym content so that you can actually feel good about the progress you're making and not let comparison be the thief of your joy. Because it's not like you're actively choosing to feel bad about yourself, but if you're constantly bombarded by this stuff, like, there's a good chance it'll probably start to affect you whether you like it or not. And you don't need to make the gym your whole personality, you know? I mean, like, maybe you really love it and that's great, but like, maybe you also like doing other things and you don't want to eat chicken and rice for every meal. That's fine. Like, you can be good at something else. Or just watch videos of Indian guys working out.
My handsome and powerful body.
Those are the best. Those get my seal of approval 100%. Like, that's just, mwah, that is peak fitness content. Also, a shout out to the Looksmaxers, by the way. I mean, easily the gayest out of all the fitness related content creators.
Oh, you're fine. You're false, brother.
I'm false?
Like,
what does that even mean?
False is fake.
Fake how?
Go like this. Okay, real.
Oh my god! What?
I've seen you on TikTok.
Now you're gonna be in the next video.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
No! Is it you? Wait, it's you! Hi, TikTok! We are always running for the thrill of it, always pushing up the hill, searching for the thrill of it.
I love this guy. Like, he's 19, right? So his Looksmaxing transformation is clearly him just growing up. You know, granted, he did apparently start life as a lesbian, but it's so obvious. Like, he was always going to be a handsome guy. He like just matured a little bit. But no, he's gonna teach you the secret to becoming an alpha Chad for $70 a month. But you don't have to worry about that because I actually know what his secret is and I can tell it to you for free. And I'll do that right now. He got lucky. That's really it. He got lucky to have a nice face. He's just fortunate enough, you know? That's it. He didn't do anything to get that face. That's just what he looks like. And, you know, you might say it's unfair, I suppose. Like, oh, you know, why are some people hotter than others? I don't know. That's just how it is. Some people are taller than others. Some people are hotter than others. Some people run faster than others. That's just how it is. Life's unfair. We're all different. And maybe in that sense, it isn't so unfair. So don't let these grifters take your money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was insightful. I hope it encouraged you to get off the internet and touch some grass. Except for YouTube. You should actually watch more YouTube. Until next time, bye.